Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
We are in rare form today.
And we mean that in a good way.
Yes. In a good way.
In a bad way.
In a bad way.
So, Chase, I am going to ask you some questions because you are more well-versed in the video game.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I don't know even close to as much as you know.
You know, like, so much. I should ask you the questions. So here we go.
I'm going to ask you top 10 video games.
Oh, what? Why do you gotta make these lists so long?
Top 3 video games.
That's way too long.
That's way too long?
Hold on, let me start up a little. Man, you should. Okay, I should. Some bull, dude. How am I supposed to figure that? How about this? We'll go throughout the entire episode. I'll be writing down my list. You don't look at this.
Right? Absolutely, that's a great idea.
And then we'll come back to it at the end of it. All right.
Okay.
What's your other question?
My other question is, what do you got going on?
Oh God, Caleb.
What do you got going on?
Why do you have to ask
Let's hear about Chase.
That's not what this podcast is about, though.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got going on?
I got a lot going on, Chase.
There's your answer.
That for you too?
Yeah, sure.
You got a lot going on?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So that is Caleb and Chase for you.
Q&A.
Q&A.
The only one you're ever going to get.
You want to know more about us? Too bad. You can look me up on Google. Like
Don't look at my thing, dude.
Like a little creep.
Stop looking.
Searching people on Google. We're not famous. You're just searching civilians.
Stop looking at me. I'm working
sorry.
on this. You asked for a list. I'm going to give you a list.
All right, so I also wanted to talk about the biopics of rap artists.
What is that?
Or biopic. How do you pronounce it?
I don't know. I don't know what
Biopic.
you were saying. What is that?
It's like tells the story of how they came to be. Like Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So like a... Okay, I got you. Biopic.
What? Yeah. Biopic. I always pronounce that shit wrong. Anyways, so I thought it was interesting how you could...
There we go.
Thank you. Let's do that one more time.
Biopic.
Okay, now I know how to say it. Is that Google?
Biopic.
Is Google telling me how? Yeah. So, there is something funny, because you can watch pretty much all of these in order. So, it goes, I'd say you can watch either All Eyes on Me or Notorious, which is Pac and Biggie.
Yeah.
Like, either way, it doesn't matter which order you watch those. Then you go into Straight Outta Compton, and then you go to 8 Mile, which is Eminem's story. And then after that, you go into Get Rich or Die Trying, which is 50 Cent's story. And they all kind of are connected. It's crazy.
Yeah, because they're in the same industry.
Yeah, well, they're in the same label. Well, at one point, they were all part of the same label.
So is this going to be like a Marvel thing?
No, it's not Marvel for sure. It's not a cinematic universe. They're all separate, but it tells the story. But
this could be like real life universe.
I just don't want to see them make like a fucking Lil Wayne.
Oh my God! Please,
biopic.
Please make a Lil Wayne
biopic. Oh my God, that would be the
only thing I've asked for ever. Lil Wayne biopic.
Lil Wayne
since day one.
Or Jay-Z. I wouldn't mind. But I don't know, like Kanye West. I don't think so, bro.
Want one of him. Definitely want one of him. Who? DJ Khaled? Well, he's not. He's a DJ.
I mean,
his life story's already on there. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's all
Drake.
Drake. I don't know. He got his start acting. So
really?
Yeah, he was.
I never heard of
Well,
him.
he didn't get his start acting, but he got famous from acting on Degrassi.
Dude, I hated that show.
You didn't know that.
I hated that
There's
show.
a guy in a wheelchair. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that show. Because it would be like... What was that show called? It was Amanda Vine. It was like... Just a show about all these skits and stuff.
Amanda Bynes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She went down the shitter real quick. But,
Dude, she's...
but anyway.
She got the same, like, path as Lindsay Lohan type stuff. Yeah.
Sad stuff. And, but... So they had all these skits, and I was like, wow, these are so cool and funny. Hi.
Yeah.
And, then
And Drake and Josh came from that. I'm sorry. I'm
Really?
a fan. Yeah. Because they were both on that show.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
They're doing Drake and Josh. Top-notch show.
Yeah.
And then Amanda Bynes would be like, okay, let's watch Degrassi. And I'm like, what? No! Because it'd be like really serious soap opera drama stuff that as a kid, I don't care about.
Yeah.
I just want to see some funny skits.
Yep.
But that's why I hate Degrassi, and I'll never watch it, ever. They had a few of those.
I didn't like it when I was a kid either.
A few of those sort of kid...
It was more of a teenager thing.
Teenage drama type
Yeah.
stuff. Like that Zoe, I think. Zoe 101. That was one of them.
I watched that show.
Really?
Yeah, it was
that
like
show
a guilty
too.
pleasure.
I hated that show.
I liked the guy. It's like the story was surrounded like the girl, but I watched for like the guy's side.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
I bet you did.
I'm not gay, Chase.
I was more of a Ned's Declassified. But then again, that was more
that got
like,
old for me.
It didn't. I just loved it all the way until the end. And then it got kind of like... Then they like started pairing the characters off.
Yeah,
I was like, not my cup of tea. Well, but then it ended like right after that.
Well, we went all the way to like Nickelodeon from like hard rapper.
Oh yeah, whoops.
Biopics.
Wait, how do we? Never mind. Either way, Lil Wayne biopic, make it happen.
No. I if they did like, the only way I see that working if they don't just do Lil Wayne, but they do like a Young Money like whole like the group of it, you know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I would not pay to watch that.
Lil Wayne.
If somebody paid for my ticket, I would watch it.
You would watch it?
I would watch it if someone paid for my ticket. Only under those
Well,
circumstances.
then you're
would I
watching
do
it
that.
still, though.
Yeah,
I
I would
feel
be
like-
watching it.
Okay. Well, you know,
But
more power to you, I guess.
I mean, I'll sit down and watch anything. I sat down and watched the old version of The Thing. Do you know that, like,
I think
sci-fi?
so,
Yeah, where it's an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'll pretty much sit down and Prometheus, I thought was a weird movie to sit down and watch for me.
I couldn't watch that.
You couldn't?
No. Well, it's not because it was so scary.
I didn't even know it was related to like Alien and all that.
I didn't either at
watched
first, honestly. Yeah. Well, no, actually, I heard that it was, but I wasn't expecting much going in.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just people dying, and I was like, I don't like to watch people die. So I'm gonna.
It's one of those movies like you're kind of just sitting there and you know everything's gonna go wrong.
Yeah, and it does.
Yeah, so it's predictable.
That seems like what all horror movies are about.
Yeah.
You're like, you got a main character, things are going okay for them, and then they get into a situation, or they're like presented with a situation at first, and it seems pretty okay or whatever. And you're like,
Everything's gonna be fine.
okay, everything's gonna go downhill.
Yeah.
There's not much I know. I watched American Horror Story. Have you seen that?
You did?
Well,
I've seen like a couple
I haven't
episodes.
seen all of it.
I don't like it. It's too grimy for me.
See, I haven't started. I only watched the first episode of their latest series type deal, the Roanoke thing. It was okay. I don't have any feelings about it yet, but I've heard from a few coworkers that it gets a little ridiculous.
I think it was the hotel season, and they brought in all like the serial killers. I thought that was cool, but other than that, I don't watch that shit. Especially like the circus bullshit. I'm not.
What, you scared?
I'm not gonna do.
What,
that
you
shit.
scared?
Oh yeah, I'm scared.
You little baby?
Oh yeah, I'm scared.
You want
fucking clowns?
Dude, I'll watch it.
People with weird hands and
I'll
shit.
watch it. I know how to make any horror movie unscary.
God.
Let's watch it right now. Put it up.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm not watching.
Yeah, never mind. Never mind. We're canceling that idea.
It.
Man, dude, coming up with 10, that's gonna be hard.
You're going the whole 10.
I don't even know how I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Let's put that one in, I guess, just because I'll reorganize these later. But
I'll try and get my top 10 right now.
really,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a top 10?
Let's go top 5 just to entertain.
Well, no, I'm going top 10.
You go top.
You told me.
Yeah, go
You
top
told
10.
me.
So this is like, my top 5. I'd say Mafia 2 would have to be
Really?
number 4. I'm not starting.
Wait,
with
what?
One.
This is making me wait. So you're going with
No. Let's
top
say
4?
5. Number 5, Mafia 2.
4.
Mafia 4. I'm all jumbled up.
Okay, well, no. I feel like I want to discuss each point you go by,
Okay.
but unless you want to give your whole list, and then we'll talk about it.
We can discuss everyone. It'll give me more time to think.
Okay, Mafia 2. All right, dude. I gotta be honest. That's like bottom of the barrel for me.
Really?
I really didn't. Well, I enjoyed the story,
Mm-hmm.
but it gave a sense of pseudo sandbox, even though it wasn't a sandbox.
Yeah, it was like it led you everywhere.
And it was just like,
you went to.
Go here, shoot all these. That's basically all the missions really came down to. Is just shoot all these people,
Mm-hmm.
and then that was it. The story was interesting.
Yeah.
But
I just liked how you saved up your money and you like started running shit eventually.
yeah, you started. Yeah, no, I like that idea, but it just.
And you even went to jail. Like, is.
But there wasn't any like, there should be a Mafia game where it's like if you do something, you're gonna get sent to jail.
Yeah.
Sandbox style.
Yeah.
And then you come back.
Or at least
out.
some kind of game. I don't
Like,
think there's it like that anywhere.
Yeah, I know. Stuff like that, but it was too on rails. And then the third one was.
Third one was trash. I hated the third one. I couldn't even
garbage.
finish it. It had a nice concept.
It was like they took the sandbox element and then they added with the on rails as well.
Yeah.
Because it was like, okay, you have to do all these missions in order to get this territory. You got to go to another territory to do the same thing again. It didn't have the same spirit, I feel like.
It was a waste of my fucking money.
Same. I wish I would have listened. I could have refunded that.
Let's see, 4. I'd probably make that Until Dawn.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't played that. Well, I did, but I haven't finished it.
Yeah.
And I lost the disc.
It was it was a cinematic, but it was like, I don't know. It was just cool. Like the whole concept, you have to figure everything out, and if you die, you fucking die. I like.
Oh,
that.
I didn't realize. So when a character
dies, that's the end.
See,
and the story leads into different ways, and you can affect it all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy.
See, I went into it thinking more like this is a choice-based game and not a horror game.
Oh.
So when stuff started actually getting scary, I was like, because I stayed the hell away from horror games.
When I played that game, I loved it, but everyone I tried to make live, like who I liked, and I wasn't going to risk their lives, they fucking died. Dead. And every asshole that I hated throughout the game, they lived for some reason.
Why didn't you just like let them die?
What do you mean, let them die? It's based on you don't really see what's coming.
Gotcha.
It's hard to like, navigate that. And I'd risk sometimes and like try and save the asshole,
Mm-hmm.
No. Don't ever save the asshole. That's usually how horror movies go.
Yeah. No, actually, no, they don't.
What do you mean?
What, like horror, like the...
Like who you want to live doesn't usually live.
Oh. Well, but the assholes usually die.
Yeah, like either at the beginning
or
at
towards the end. Especially towards the end when they like become actually a good guy. Yeah. You're like, okay, you're pretty cool. then the movie's like, dead. Yeah. Try and survive this
It's
one.
mostly like shock value. But I liked that because it was like watching a horror movie with shock value, except you
were in control.
Yeah, you were in control.
And that it's a good tool to put in the player's hand.
Mm-hmm.
See, and here's the thing I want to talk about, sort of like choice-based systems in games. Because in Mass Effect, there weren't really choices that majorly affected.
Which one?
All of them.
Really?
Well, and this is mostly aimed towards the end of all of them.
Yeah.
Because each end, like, you could play as the asshole the entire time.
Yeah.
And then choose the ending that's like,
good.
Here's the good one.
Yeah.
What they should have done was just make it, here's your choices, this is what's going to happen now. Because of what you've done.
Yeah.
It should be more like that, and it seems like a lot of games are missing that value. Like Telltale, I'm not sure if you've ever played any other games.
Mm-mm.
But there's a sort of like that, which is, it's all choice-based sort of stuff. But, it just, there's only like set endings that you can get. Like, spoiler alert, for the Walking Dead Season 2 that they did, or Season 1, there was a point in like the second episode, I think, or the third one, where this girl gets like really upset because another girl is like back talking her orders or whatever, her command, and you're like, well, can I stop this? No, she just fucking kills her, and then that's it. And it's like, I want more. I know you're trying to tell a story, but a lot of the writers, I guess, or companies are just too afraid to put all the choice.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's just too technically difficult.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
like
it's
that.
a lot of like programming and data.
I mean, yeah, but it's
to
like,
have like a different outcome for every single choice you make.
I just feel like you can't really have a choice-based game if it's not, if it's on like rails or something. But whatever.
Number 3.
Numero Trace. Did you not think of one yet?
No, I did not. I was
that's
too
all
into
right.
the conversation.
Mass Effect Andromeda, I thought was pretty good. Really?
I know my number 3.
What is it?
It's Knights of the Old Republic 2.
I should have known that you were gonna pick that one.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
But why that game?
It's just to me, it's a classic, and I've always looked for another game like that, never been able to find it.
I think they're gonna make another one. I feel like they are, or they're like trying to.
They're trying to do another RPG with Star Wars, but that doesn't mean like Jedi. It's probably like because like the same people teamed up again. It's EA and
BioWare.
Yeah.
It is BioWare. Okay.
I think so. And it's the same writer who wrote Uncharted, I believe.
Yeah.
And but it's just, I don't think they're ever gonna capture that again, because even though people say all over the internet that they want it, they don't ever give into that, and I don't know why.
That's what they've been doing with Half-Life 3. That thing has been, fans have been wanting that for like a decade, I think.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just what companies do sometimes. The thing is like, you don't want to hype it up too much, or leave that sort of like want sitting for too long, because then you might not meet expectations.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened with Duke Nukem, and they destroyed that series entirely because they took too long to put it out.
I'd say number 2 is Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I actually knew that one.
Yeah.
It's like, Brotherhood's got to come up soon.
Just because it's like the first recruiting game that got me started on that.
Yeah. But is that what really drew you to it? Did you like really go ham on all of your recruits and stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fully
I
equipped them out.
that was as soon as I like got to the point in the game where you could recruit. That was my game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was more focused on that and building up my fort and missions and all that. And then I got bored of it, and so I sent them on all. I sent them all on missions I knew they couldn't win, so they'd fucking die.
So
I could start over. Yeah.
That's cool. Actually, no way. That's not cool. That's pretty messed up.
They got old on me.
So you're like, go die.
I can't have that.
Is that what you do in Shadow of War?
I needed a new breed. No. It kind of sucks because I completely forgot about Shadow of War. It should have been somewhere on this list.
Well, you don't. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. No, I don't. There's so much going on in Shadow of War that it's like, why even bother trying to kill somebody off? You should just be focused on like recruiting. I started the fight pits, by the way. The fight pits are what gets you the fucking like money, like the magic or whatever.
The magic?
I forget what it's called. It's something.
The Mirian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what gets you that shit. Because you get all that gear and then you can destroy it for that.
Yeah. I started on them, but then it's like, since I started over... Oh, fuck. I got a story about that. I started over for no reason. Because, like, you know how you get... So I told you get your follower and stuff.
Yeah.
So I got him. I was like, okay, so you go on that mission and you basically take the fort back from him.
Mm-hmm.
From Bruce. My follower died. He got his head chopped off. And he was like really cool too. And I just... Why do they let one... It's like I hate the execution animations because I can't do anything about them. But whatever. Doesn't matter. Not like I lost out on anything.
Number 1.
This is the big one too. What's it gonna be?
That's such a hard one to do.
Do you want to do it like honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions. Okay. Yeah, I'll give some honorable mentions. Honorable mentions, probably Knights of the Old Republic 1. I'm trying to think of a game that I just could not put down and I can't think of the name.
I have a few that I got.
God.
So Knights of the Old Republic 1.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. I like God games. I'm trying to think of a God game that I played. Sims? You talking about that?
Oh my god, that's an honorable mention for sure. I played the hell out of Sims. I bought it for PS3 and then I bought it for Mac.
They're coming out with the console for 4.
Are they?
Yeah, finally.
For real?
Yeah. It's about
I'll
time.
probably buy that. That's definitely an honorable mention.
God games. What? Wasn't there like a big one that you played? I can't think.
There was Tropico.
Oh yeah. Are you talking about like SimCity? That's kind of like what Tropico is.
No. I think, you know what, for number 1, I'm probably going to have to go with Shadow of Mordor.
The first one?
Yeah.
You really like the first one?
I like a tie between the both of them.
Like a tie.
Because that's what, like, started it off. And I enjoyed that so much. Like, the first experience of playing Shadow of Mordor was almost, like, the same as, like, playing Shadow of War. Because it was, like, at the time, it was just so amazing.
It was, like, no one had ever done something like that before.
Yeah.
And that's what made it so good.
So, fuck that.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, whoa,
I take that back.
What?
I take it back.
Uh-oh.
Batman,
City? Arkham City?
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight.
Dang, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't think you'd do that. I thought you were going to go for City. That's usually everyone's sort of go-to.
No, I vote Arkham Knight. It had like a story that I was familiar with already,
Mm-hmm.
like the Red Hood or whatever, and so when that popped up in the story, I was like, yes. Kind of glitched out,
Yeah.
like a little nerd. Like, ooh, I needed this. I can die now.
Hey, that's a pretty good list. I don't have much gripe with any of those,
Yeah.
to be honest. Alright. Let's put that. Like,
So, are you taking some from my list?
No.
None at all?
Except for Shadow of War.
Okay. How far are you?
I'm on 10, but I don't know how I feel. I'm trying to look through my list and but I can't find anything. Well,
You know what game is old as shit, but I used to fucking play all the time?
what?
Zoo Tycoon.
Dude, I did too.
Yeah,
That was a really good game.
especially Zoo Tycoon 2, like Extinct Animals.
I got the full thing on
yeah.
one disc.
Yeah.
I popped that in and I was like, yeah, dinosaurs.
I played that like for days straight.
I still have that disc.
Really?
I managed to install it on my computer.
Really?
It was really good.
Dude, I will come
was
over and play that shit.
It was a bitch to run though, because it doesn't recognize Windows 10.
Really?
So you gotta force it to upscale the resolution. But man, that game was so much fun.
I love
So
that.
much fun.
Like they lay eggs. You start a family going on your little exhibit.
I always did the seals and dolphins and stuff because you could put little trick things.
Yeah.
Like they could jump on.
I didn't have that. All I had was Extinct Animals.
Well, there was another expansion where it was marine stuff, and so you could build a tank, with a dolphin in it, and it'd be one side of it is the specifically just for it to for it to live in,
Yeah.
and then another area is just specifically for it to perform in.
Yeah.
So you'd put booths next to the bleachers next to the arena, and you'd put little tricks or a hoop or something like that. And you'd get a little conductor guy and he'd go and then the dolphin would come over and you could see him doing little tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
That was the best part for me.
What was your favorite exhibit in there?
When
Jungle, throughout all the animals, what?
the
Jungle, savannah.
the whale shark.
The whale shark?
There was a whale shark.
That you could get?
That thing was badass.
Alright.
That thing was huge.
So what I would do is I'd make a huge jungle habitat, and I'd keep all the carnivores out of it, and I'd just put all the herbivores in there.
Yeah.
And so they'd all interact with each other and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was that was my shit.
I'd
go down and walk around in there and shit.
Oh, you're talking about 2.
Yeah.
I was talking about 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about 1. 2 was freaking awesome. It's really unfortunate what they did with the series, though.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that really shitty Xbox game that they had?
Yeah.
Where it was preset things
Yeah,
and you just
plop it down. Fuck that. I was so pissed after I bought that. And you could go and do stuff down, walk around, but
It wasn't anything like Zoo Tycoon 2 was. One thing I did all the time just to see what would happen, or because I stumbled upon it. So I got a kangaroo exhibit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I only put 1 male, 1 female, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
And god damn if it wouldn't just destroy the entire thing, because there'd be I'd go away and make another one for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then there'd be 30 of them. And there's no joke. I had a point where I was clicking on each one and sending them off.
Yeah,
you know how you do?
You donate it to or release it.
Yeah, release it
whatever.
into the wild. I kept doing that, and I would leave again 1 male, 1 female, and it just sprout again.
Yeah.
No matter what, I really could not understand how they were breeding like rabbits, unless that's how they actually act. In which case, I really liked how you had specific feeding bins for each animal.
Yeah.
Like, I know for flamingos they had shrimp.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, and I always loved going down into the zoo and
feeding in it and cleaning up and all that. You enjoy the maintenance?
It was really cool. Okay, you'll find out in my list that I enjoy stuff like that. Oh, that's a good one actually. I just remembered another one. And I really liked the elephants because you could put down an easel and they'd paint on it, and you could go up and watch them do it.
Yeah, I like the beavers because they make their own.
Yeah,
yeah.
That game was so good. They really need to make another one.
Yeah.
They really do. If you're listening, Zoo Tycoon 4. What was that? Was that 1 to 3?
No, it was like an different,
like a light.
Yeah.
Make Zoo Tycoon 3.
Yeah.
For everyone. I never got the Dinosaur expansion for the second one.
Oh my god.
I'm probably gonna buy it now.
It was legit.
I'm gonna go buy it.
I'd fucking go in there with a Tyrannosaurus Rex and shit. Well, I wouldn't shit, but
they would.
They would.
Yeah, they would.
They had big poop.
Was that scary?
It wasn't scary.
Them? Well, like, if you released them, would they, like, come after you?
Oh, dude. You did not want to see them, like, out of their cage.
Why? Was it really gruesome?
People screaming and everything rather than, like, by you.
That's really cool. I don't know why, but that's really cool. I need to get that game again now. I'm having memories.
Yeah.
Good memories.
It's like nostalgia.
I should have put that one down. Oh, well.
Yeah. I thought about putting that down on my list, but I was like, top 5? Nah.
So, wait, what was your top? Is it still Shadow of Mordor? Or you
Batman.
Oh, yeah, Batman. Wait, so why did you mention Zoo Tycoon?
I don't know. I just brought it up. I was like, another one that's really
honorable
good.
mention. Times 2. I'm not going to have any honorable mentions.
Okay. Yeah, you got a long-ass list. Let's start from 10 and go up.
These are going to be out of order, by the way.
Oh, so is your number 1 at least a number 1?
Kind of.
Okay. All right.
It's sort of the, like, top 4, 3 is sort of interchangeable, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Let's go with, okay, for number 10, I'll go with Sleeping Dogs. Do you know that one? The Hong Kong one?
Yes.
Grand Theft Auto type deal?
Yeah.
That was a really good game, I thought.
I'd never even tried to play that.
It's so good. I'd really recommend getting it on PS4. Because they have a definitive edition with all the stuff on it. And combat was actually really good from what they did. It's more like... it's not sort of GTA style where it's just try and hit a guy until he dies. It's more like you gotta... And it's not so much Arkham style either, where it's like, here's a counter button, counter this, and you work up a combo. It's more technical, like you have different... it's like martial arts type stuff, where you have to wear down your opponent, depending on who they are, and use specific combinations of, like, attacks. Sort of like a fighter type deal. And it was a really interesting story. Really good. Company that made it went under, unfortunately. But I'd really recommend checking it out. I'd say for number 9... XCOM 2 / Enemy Unknown.
Is that Alien one?
It's sort of a turn-based.
What does that mean?
Like, you take a turn, then the enemy takes a turn.
Okay, what's the enemy, though? What's
Aliens, yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I've seen it in Walmart, and I was like, I'm kind of curious, but I'm not going to buy it.
It's really good. It's really... If you can get 2, it's really good. Basically, in 2, the world is sort of taken over by these aliens called the Advent, and they're sort of the ruling body, and now humans are not necessarily their slaves, but the Advent govern them. And you take the lead of the commander, who's the leader of a rebel group.
Rebellion, yeah.
So basically you assemble a badass crew, and you can, like, change their looks. So what I did, I'd like make all of my friends.
Really?
Yeah.
They have that on there?
Yeah. And I
Because I do the same thing on Skate. I even made you.
Yeah, and I didn't like it, but we're not talking about Skate. Skate 4, by the way.
Yeah, Skate 4 would be nice.
So you can make your friends and the stuff, and they can get like terrified if they see someone get hurt next to them or like mind controlled.
Oh.
Or if somebody dies next to them, they'll go into a frenzy and maybe like attack someone of their own team.
Really?
Or they'll just go on their own and do whatever they do. And when your guys die, you're not getting them back.
Really?
So
true death.
You got to be really careful about what you want, because if you have like a veteran out there, and he dies, your only option is to get a rookie.
Yeah. To
replace him. And man, it's a really good game. They fixed a lot with it since release. It was kind of
wonky.
Yeah. They had anyway. It's a good game. Check it out. They came out with an expansion thing that's really good.
Yeah.
For number 8, I think I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed 3.
3. All right. That's respectable.
I don't really need to say much about it. Yeah. It's a good game overall. I didn't really like the modern day stuff too much.
Like when you go back out of the Animus or whatever.
Yeah, and all that. I kind of lost interest after Brotherhood. Because things just it was just like, what?
Change.
I couldn't really figure out what the whole thing was really about. And what happened to Desmond, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, I just didn't really care for the modern sections at all. As soon as they like took you out, like in Brotherhood, when they would like take you out and you had to do something, it's like, okay, I just want to go back in. I don't want to be here at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm not no hooded man now. So that's my number 8. Number 7, I'm probably gonna go with Binding of Isaac.
What is that?
That's a really freaky game. It's sort of do you know what a roguelike is?
No.
It's essentially you only have like one run to do. This is like a dungeon crawler. If you ever saw what the first Legend of Zelda looked like,
yeah,
that sort of style, and then you like pick up power-ups that'll like boost your damage and stuff like that, and you go through and try to make it as far as you can. And if depending on like how far you get, you'll unlock something you might find in the next run, or you'll unlock a character that you can play as, or a permanent boost, stuff like that. It's really interesting. It's about like this crazy Christian mom who like here's the voice of God telling her to kill her son Isaac for him.
Oh my God.
And he like jumps down into a basement type deal, and he just goes through there. It's pretty disgusting. Some like the dungeons are pretty okay until you get up into
what? This is like
okay. So the first thing is like it's just basement, so it's like okay, whatever. Then you get into like dungeon, and it's like okay, whatever. And then it's like falls, I think. And it's just like watery and stuff. It doesn't really matter. Then it's it's like darker dungeon or something. And then it goes to womb.
What?
And then it goes to uterus.
Why?
It is just the weirdest thing, but it's such a good game. If you can like,
why? What in the story makes you do that?
So, like one of the bosses is, it's not really a spoiler, but one of the bosses is you face your mom. So you fight her, and then you go through like it's like a ladder, I guess, down to the next level. And you're like in her womb or something, I guess. Because the next boss you fight is like her heart or a fetus. But anyway, it's a really dark game. But it's a good game. It's a good game. It's a good game. All right, don't judge this. Don't judge this. It's a good game. Go check it out.
Yeah. Maybe I'll check it out at your house, but I don't think I'll buy it.
Yeah. What are you, wimp?
Yes, I'm a wimp. That's why I won't buy something where you crawl into a womb.
Well, that's sad, Caleb. Anyway.
I was making jokes the entire time.
What?
Be like, man, it's hot in here.
And I just look at you like, no. Number 5, funnily enough, Civ 5.
Civ 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one.
It's a really good game.
Yeah.
It's that sort of game where it's like one more turn until you're 40.
Yeah.
40 years old. It's a game that you can play all night.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool too, how they did how your territory expands, and how you like face the other civilizations. Good game. Buy that instead of 6 until they work out the bugs and kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Not bugs, but it's just not as. People are saying it's not as good as 5. But anyway, number 4. I'm gonna go with Final Fantasy 14.
I could never get into those games.
Okay, but this one isn't like the rest of them.
What is it?
This is like
How's it different?
it's an MMO. It's like WoW.
Ah.
So, this is like the only MMO I've ever gotten into. So I'm like, all right, it deserves a place on this 10 list. So I'll put it up there. Plus, it's really enjoyable and the story's pretty good as well.
Hmm.
And the music, oh my god, they won like a world record for most amount of unique pieces.
Like instruments.
No. Like, well, score. Like music. Pieces of music
Yeah.
in a video game.
Wow.
So, it's good. Good music. Number 3, Shadow War.
Shadow War.
Gotta do Shadow War. We talked about that enough, though.
Yeah.
Number 2, Papers, Please. And this sort of gets into the whole, what were we talking about before? Work? Going, like, when we were talking about Zoo Tycoon 2, and going, like filling all the bins of food and stuff.
Maintenance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This goes back into that.
What is
Basically,
this?
you play as a
Vacuum cleaner?
no, that's Papers, Please, Caleb. What does that mean?
You vacuum up paper.
No, why would you vacuum up paper?
I've done it.
Anyway.
We've all vacuumed paper.
No, we haven't. Anyway, you play as like a border control type guy who's moved to this country and is getting a job as this sort of like, you are what's separating the people from going into the country sort of deal.
So, border control.
Border control type stuff. So it has a lot of interesting choices where you're given a choice of like, do you let this person through who has like wrong documentation and risk getting penalized so you don't get paid for it, or do you deny them and you become the asshole? And by the way, that game is like really hard to do with, because each person that you let through is like $5. That's like your pay. And so, but then they go like, after the day's done, you go home and you have bills to pay.
Like you even go home with this game?
Yeah. So like you have to pay for the rent, obviously. You have to pay for the heating and for food, which all costs a lot. And there's points in the game where the rent will go up, food will go up, heating will go up, or maybe it'll go down and you have to get a repairman to come out. So if you don't make the money in time, you're going to have to sacrifice one of those, and you have a family to take care of. So if the heating goes down...
This is too real.
It's pretty realistic and grimy, but it's so good. That's what makes it so good. Because it's real choices that you're like, do I be an asshole or do I, protect my family?
Yeah.
Sort of deal. And if food goes out, your family will get hungry. I've had a playthrough where they all died.
What?
And I was just like, why do I even need the money anymore? You know?
Well, problem solved.
I guess. But and there's so many endings too. There's like 11 endings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really, really good game. Probably would have been my top favorite if not for nostalgia reasons. My top favorite is a little unknown game called Chibi Robo.
What is that?
It goes back into the maintenance thing again.
Nice.
So this was released on the GameCube back in like 2005, I think. So a long time ago. Basically, you play as a small 4-inch robot, I guess. That is basically dedicated to the task of cleaning up a house and keeping the residents happy. So you come into this game and you're like, okay, it's just going to be some stupid little thing. And then you've got, it presents like real world issues that it seems like, so the game presents itself as a colorful sort of like kid game type deal. But then it gets more, it gets into debt and divorce and death, and it hits really close to home once it shows like, so the family the dad buys you for his daughter's birthday, but the family can't afford you.
What are you? I'm sorry.
You're like a little robot.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll even like type it up. Type Chibi Robo. Type up the little dude. He hasn't been doing too well recently though. You're that. So you play as that guy.
A little plug.
Mm-hmm. And you have a little plug. So what? And that's a gameplay mechanic itself too.
Probably swing on something or.
No, like you have a battery, and you have to plug into outlets. But that's the way to save. And like, so when you there's like trash around the house and like dirt and stuff that you like clean up, and everything action that you do is like connected to a sound. Sort of like while you're walking, you'll make little tink noises that'll like cause sound music, and when you're brushing up brushing up like a piece of dirt, it'll play like an acoustic guitar. Stuff like that. And you'll get money for taking out the trash and stuff, and then you'll get these heart point things that are essentially used to rank you up. And you can use the money to like buy a car or something, like a little toy car, or an extra battery, or a little blaster. You can
and they
shoot
made
things.
new versions of this?
They made 2 sort of true sequels to it that were on the DS, and one was like a Japanese only thing. So, but the other ones that they made was like one spin-off where it was like a photo thing where you try to take a photo of something and it'd be like in a museum. So it wasn't anything like the original. And then this most recent one that they did was like a platformer, and that bombed. And the director said, if this doesn't work, if this doesn't sell well, that's probably going to be the end of the company. So
nice.
I'm probably going to revisit this stuff because I was listening to the soundtrack and it's really good. So that's my top 10. And that God, I feel like I didn't think that we were going to talk about that though. I honestly didn't know that we were going to go all deep into that. Because we went like almost an hour with all that.
Yeah.
So,
nice. I think that's it.
Thank you for joining us. That was quite a trip, I guess.
Updata. Like, share, subscribe.
Go to our YouTube,
Facebook, Twitter, whatever the fuck you think you can find. You go and get it on your computer.
Search Updata. Updata.
Search Updata on Google. Do whatever you got to do.
Scream Updata.
Yeah, just
scream
just
it.
sit there while you're listening to this and scream it.
Send us a video of you screaming Updata.
That'd be nice. I'd like to see that.
No, seriously. And if you have a good scream, we'll give you something.
We'll give you something. A surprise.
Will it be good? Probably not, but...
No.
Go ahead, scream.
But, I mean, how much should you earn from a scream?
Well, it depends. It depends on if it's really good.
Well...
We might just get you on the show.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take callers. What about that? Actually, maybe not that. Anyway.
Thank you for listening in.
Make sure to like this video, and remember, stay safe, keep your loved ones near to you, and Updata.
That was sweet.